Hey, and good morning, Sudoku fans. Welcome to November 18, Saturday, and it's the year of 2023. We are looking at the New York Times hard Sudoku puzzle for today. And we are going to place a 7 here because these two 7s block these 5 squares. Simple. I'm seeing a 5 and a 9 blocking here. And I'm seeing another 5 and a 9 pair blocking here. So these two squares must be a 5 and a 9. What, if anything, can we do with that revelation? Well, nothing immediately, but I see the 2 blocking over here. So one of these is a 2. This is a 2 blocks up here. One of these is a 2. About the 7s, we have a 7 blocking down here and over here. So one of these is a 7 blocking down, this 7 blocks over. So a 7 must go in one of these two positions. Once we find pairs like this, it sometimes pays to try to figure out what these squares can be or must be. If they are not a 5 or a 9, we are looking for a 1, and this 1 blocks up here. This is a 5 or a 9, so a 1 must go here, here, or here. Therefore, we're going to have a 1 here or here. I'll try to keep that in mind, though that might not be possible because it's a little abstract. We also need a 4 for this block up here, these being 5 and 9s and the 4 blocking over. One of these must be a 4 blocking down. That's not really much of a help. So what's missing? An 8, we don't know anything about. And a 6 blocks over, so we don't really know much about. Oh, hang on, 6 blocks over and up. No, we don't know anything about the 6. We know that this must be a 6 or an 8 because we need a 1, 6, 8 and a 2 across here. We got a 1 and a 2 blocking here, so this is a 6 or an 8. We got a 6 and an 8 blocking up here, by the way, so that is a 1, 2. Let's try to keep that in mind as well. 3 and 6 block across here, so 3 and 6 in this triangle of squares. We have this nice collection of numbers here, and we have this nice collection of numbers. Let's try to figure out what this square can be. We need to find 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6 for these empty squares. There's a 2, 3, 4, and a 5 all blocking this square, so it's got to be a 6. Now we have these two 6s blocking these 4 squares, and we have this 6 blocking this square in addition to that. So a 6 must go up here. Now it's interesting to look at these squares. These are 5 and 9, remember? A 4 and a 6 can't go here, so 4 and 6 must go in these two squares. And this 6 forces the 4 to go here and the 6 goes here. So 5 and 9 here, 1 blocks up, giving me an 8 here and a 1 here. And this square can only be a 2 now. So now we have a 7 and an 8 blocking down. We have a 7 and an 8 blocking over. These two squares have got to be a 7 and an 8. So this 8 blocks down, this virtual 8 blocks down, this 8 blocks over. One of these must be an 8. We might have a look at the 4 squares here in any case. Apart from the 8, we also are going to need a 2, 3, and a 7. So 7 can't go here, 7 can't go here, 7 goes here or here, 2 or 8, 3. 3, of course, must go here. This is now a 2, 7, and an 8. 2 and 8 block here, so here's a 7. 2 and 8 must go here. And those I can't place yet, but I can place a 7 here now because this 7 blocks down and these two 7s block across. That's looking pretty good, isn't it? 2, 4, and a 5 across here. 2 can't go here, 5 can't go here. So here's a 4, 2 and 5 in these two squares now. And finding this 4 helps us look at these 3 squares. This 4 blocks here and this 4 blocks here. So a 4 must go here. We know that these two squares must be a 7 and an 8, therefore these two must be a 6 and a 2. And that means that these two squares have to be a 5 and a 9. And I don't know how to solve those yet. We'll get around to them soon enough. 1, 3, 5, 6, 9 across here. 6 blocks here. 6 blocks here. We're going to have a 6 here or here. And we know that one of these must be a 6 because these are 7, 8, right? And the 6 blocks here. So it's clear that one of these is a 6. We also know from what I said earlier, one of these is a 6. And we have 6 candidates in these two squares as well. So back to this row here. A 1, 3, 5, 6, and 9. 1, 6, 9. This is a 3, 5. I don't really know about any of the other stuff. So moving on, 1, 8, 9 for these squares, 8 and 9 block here, so a 1 must go here. This is now an 8, 9, therefore these must be a 4 and a 1. The 4 blocks over, giving me this 1 and this 4. We now have a 1 blocking down here and a 1 blocking over here, so a 1 must go here. These two 1s block here, 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 and here. This 1 blocks here. So here's a 1. 7, 8. Therefore, a 5, 9, and a 6. Still not possible. But we are closing in on this left shoot, I think. What did we say here? We said, I think, an 8 and a 9. So that means that one of these must be an 8. We've got 1, 9 candidates up here, 5, 7, and 9 here. 7 must go here or here because the 7 blocks here, right? 5, 7, 9. I don't seem to be able to do much with that. We are going to have a 9 either here or here because these 9s block these two squares. We must have a 4 somewhere here. We know that 1 and 3 must go in two of these squares because we got 1, 3 here and we got 1, 3 here. So 1 goes here or here. The 3 I really don't know anything about. Let me have a look at these empty squares. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 2, 4, 8. This is a 3, 5. 2, 4 up here. 3, 5, 8. That is not going to work. Column 5 is pretty empty, but we have two restrictions. This square can only be a 2 or a 5 because we need a 2 and a 5 for the row. This square can only be a 2 or a 5 because it can't be a 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So we got 2 and a 5 candidates here. Let's see if we can use that for anything. No, we can't. I can't make a quadruple out of the rest, at least not without notation. So let me look elsewhere. Now I'm looking at row 7 because row 7 is also pretty restricted. This is a 2, 8, right? And this is a 2, 8. So this square, this must be a 6. One of these must be a 6. So this is a 5 or a 9 because we need a 5, 6, and a 9 in addition to the 2, 8. Agreed? And we know that a 6 can't go here. We know these are 7, 8. 6 goes here or here. So back to this square. It must be a 5 or a 9. Now I want to look at column 8. Look at this square, or rather this square, of course. It cannot be a 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be a 5, not a 6, 7, 8. It's a 5, 9 pair across here. Can you see that? And that drastically reduces the number of candidates in the other 3 cells in this row. So first of all, since one of these must be a 9, we know that this can't be a 9, and we know that these two 9s block down. So it's clear that this must be a 9. Can we do more with this knowledge here? 5 and 9 here and 5 and 9 here. Let's have a look at this square. It cannot be a 5, it cannot be a 9, and we needed a 5, a 9, and a 6. So if it can neither be a 5 nor a 9, it follows that it must be a 6. We now have this 6 blocking across, and this 6 blocking across, and this 6 blocking down. So a 6 must go here. 2 and 8, 5 and 9, 5 and 9, 5 and 9, 5 and 9. Got it? And still a 2 and a 6 here. Still nothing I can do, but we have some more numbers now. Let's start with the bottom row. We know this is a 5 or a 9. What else is necessary to complete the row? A 3. 9 blocks down here. So 9, as I said earlier, I believe one of these has got to be a 9, but I really don't know what to do about the 3, except this 3 blocks over, so 3 goes here or here. What else can we do here now? With the 5, 9 and 5, 9, we found the 6. This is a 2, 8. What else is necessary to complete the row? 2, 8, 5, 9. We need a 3. Again, a 3. 2, 3, 8. 5 and 9. So a 3 and an 8 must go here somewhere. But we have a 4 blocking down. I'm seeing that now, and a 4 blocking over and over. So here's a 4. That might be useful. Now a 2, 8 and a 5 across here. 2, 8 here. 2, 5 here. 5, 8 here. Well, nobody said it was supposed to be easy. But it's fun. I like to take a little bite out of a puzzle all the time. 2, 3, 5, 8 here. 2, 8. This is a 3, 5. 2 blocks here. So a 2 must go either here or here. We also have a 2 either here or here. And that gives me a 2 for this square. And this, therefore, must be a 5. And now perhaps we'll be cooking. Now let's have a look at this vertical column here. Well, all columns are vertical. And let's look at this square. It cannot be a 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So it must be a 2. Now we finally find a 2 for block 8 because the 2 blocks down, this 2 blocks over, here's a 2. Now this must be a 2 and this must be the 8. And that over here gives me a 5, which blocks up here. There's 5 blocks over here. So here's a 5. We know that this was a 5, 9. Now it's only a 9. And this is therefore a 5. This is a 5. This is a 9. And this is a 9. And this is not a 9. What are we still looking for? We're looking for a 3 and a 5. So 5, of course, goes here. And the 3 goes here. This has got to be an 8. And here we just need a 3. One lonely square here. It must be a 7. Now we can resolve the 7, 8 here, like so. 2 and 6, still not possible. What about these? 9 can't go here, it must go here. And one more, a 4. We have a 4 blocking over here now, and we have this 4 blocking down and this 4 blocking up, so 4 must go here. A 2, 6, and a 1. The 1 blocks here, this 1 blocks here, here's a 1. Now we have a 1 here. 2, 6 here, the 6 blocks down, here's a 2, here's a 6, and here's the other 2. And this square must be a 6. Still an 8, 9 here. We can solve that because we found this 9 earlier. This is an 8, this is a 9. This 8 blocks over, therefore an 8 goes here. 5, 3, and 8 still to place. 8 blocks down, here's an 8. 5 blocks up, here's a 3. Here's a 5. And here is the final 3. That's it for today's New York Times Hard Sudoku puzzle. Quite fun, but not exactly easy, I think. Maybe it's just me. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.